Welcome back to another episode of Touken Rambles podcast. We apologize for the small delay on this release. There's been a lot going on recently, so we had to push it back just a little bit, but we are here to talk about all the news that happened in January and this last week in February that we had. I am Marissa, I'm your host, and here with me I am with Jessie.
Hello.
And Sarah.
Hello.
It's just the three of us today. The others had prior school engagements, so we'll be having a smaller podcast this time because we're only covering a month and only three of us, but we will get the job done. So, to be honest, I don't really remember much of January. But before we get into the game, we're going to kind of give some community feedback. We just hit 400 downloads overall. Thank you guys so much. It's wonderful to see that you guys are listening to us. The downloads is kind of one of the better ways. And we've hit 13 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube listeners as well. My apologies about last month and this month being a little late. I've been having some technical issues, but we will get through them. We had Jessie put up one Twitter poll this month. I'll let her handle that.
Yeah, so I put up one Twitter poll, and I really thank you all for your participation in answering it. This one was the first of our what's your favorite blade type, and we'll be doing more because you can only do 4 options. And for those of you who know, and for those of you who don't, there are 7 types of swords in the game, and just in general. So the 4 up for the runnings this time we had Tantos, Wakizashis, Uchigatanas, and Tachis. Wakizashis took first place at 34%, with Tantos being the least liked.
Oh, there's so many of them. That's a little sad.
I know. I was really intrigued to see how it was going to go because with the Wakizashis, there's 7 of them, so it's like if you like them, then cool. But with Tachis, that's the majority of the game right there. Like so many Tachis. And they did come in second, so that was cool to see. But the Uchigatanas trailing in third. But just 15%. Just 15% with the Tantos.
They are small, they are numerous, and they are overrunning the world.
They are.
Yeah. And most of them are Toshiro Tantos, too.
Yeah. So, stay tuned for our next one. We'll see what comes next.
Hopefully not the one your sister suggested.
Please no.
No, because I can't do that one because it's more of a conversation question. So look out for that in the Discord chat. Because heaven knows that'll be fun to talk about.
Oh, goodness.
Our shame corner.
The shame corner. But if you want to join our Discord, just shoot us a message on any of our social media and we will send you a link.
We're fun, we swear. We're just a little absent-minded professor like sometimes.
Yes,
but we like people. We like screaming at 2 a.m. in the morning whenever news drops and we're all just like, oh my gosh, did you see? Yes, we did.
And I wake up and I see 30 plus messages of them screaming.
Come on, armies
when you have people all over the world as it is, then time is relative.
Time is relative. With the game, we had a lot come out because of the 4th anniversary hit beginning of January. So it's been a month-long celebration and goodies, sort of. So at the beginning of the month, we mentioned that the Solar Term Winter beginning background series was ending. And of course, in fashion, we have the Solar Term Spring beginning background series. So once again, another seasonal background. You collect your vegetables through doing internal affairs, and you get your flowers and your fish by doing expeditions and front lines. And I hate the fish maps. They are a pain in the butt, and it took me too long to get 25 fish.
I just hate gathering the vegetables because it's at the point where you're just like, I have 50 of the flowers and 4 fruit. How many things can I buy with 4 fruit? That's what it's like now.
Mm-hmm.
It cracks me up because it, like, I know it's just numbers, but the different blades that I send out to the fields, right, will bring back different amounts of vegetables or fruits. And I don't remember who it was, but one time I got like 3 of each on the same day. Like, it was such a rare thing. Normally it's like, oh yeah, we'll bring you 2 or we'll bring you 1. Or no, wait, maybe they brought back like 4.
Ooh,
I don't
they
remember,
love
but
you.
it was like, it was beautiful, and I was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm fairly certain it was a Shoku day.
He just wanted to serenade them, and you know what they say about music and growing plants, so it's fine.
I think we all have that background now.
We
Nope.
do.
Do you still not have it?
We do.
Was that a yep? Oh, you do. I was like, was that a nope or a yep?
That was a very happy yup because I love my baby and he looks really pretty with it.
It does. Your Sosa does. So just a reminder for these the solar term background series that we have, make sure if you send your swords out to the horse one, they will bring back manure. And if you put manure on the swords going out to the fields, they will have a chance of getting 2. Well, they are guaranteed at least 2, but then there's a chance of them bringing home 3. You don't have to wait super, super long.
Also, the manure does not expire. Like for the next round, when that happens, your manure will roll over. So if you have extra manure, like you forgot one day to use it, then
It didn't
you'll have
expire. Huh. Oh, surprise. That's a pleasant surprise.
It didn't expire for me, so I don't know.
Huh.
I've
They
always
must have
had
changed that.
an extra manure.
I'm not saying a word. I'm just remembering Ishii with the manure problem. This is fine.
Oh no. What's
Ishii with the
this?
manure problem?
What's
Oh,
this?
wow,
Namazuo?
yep.
It's manure. Just pure cleanse. Goes in the onsen and cleans off.
Purifying, cleanse and purifying.
Purifying. Also, at the beginning of the month, it is currently over, but we had the Daihanya Nagamitsu smithing campaign that was going on. I don't know if any of us were trying for him for a duplicate or whatever, but I don't think any of us got him.
Nope.
Nope, he didn't want to go.
Nope.
He's still Rambu level 1. He's just chilling.
And we still have the Seal Exchange Corner. Don't forget about that, guys. That opened up with the 4th anniversary. This happened pretty much at the beginning of January. We got finally, the game opening updated. We've had like small updates to it in the past when we had new swords, but it's been a while. So it has all of the latest swords up to Nene Kirimaru, which is currently all of the swords. As of right now.
Currently.
That intro never stays up to date. It would be impossible for them to do that. But with the 4th anniversary, we once again have those adorable little Kiza poses that they do when you enter the game. You get a new background, and there's a ton of campaigns that have hit us. So, yeah, we had... What?
For our new listeners, do we want to explain what Kiza is?
Yes! Jesse, if you want to explain what Kiza is, that'd be nice.
Sure. So in short, the Kiza pose is a position where you know what? Sarah, you knew it better than I did.
Kiza. So traditionally they sit in the Seiza position, which is easier, just to chill, relax. Kiza is called the killing sitting pose. It is easier for them to access their blade and kill you really, really quickly, even though they're just chilling. So yes, that is why they're sitting there, everyone, where they're easily able to just hop up immediately. Yes. Happy
Their
bubble.
blade in front.
Yeah, it also displays the blade right in front. Whereas if you're in a more relaxed pose that's showing your friends like you're not in any danger situation, the blade is often to the right because most people reach for their blade on the left so they can grab the handle and unsheath it real quick.
But a lot of the swords that didn't have some of those Kiza poses, like Kogitsune Maru, and I think Mikazuki was another one that didn't.
Yeah,
It was
Mika.
a little upsetting to many people. They all have Kiza poses now, and many of the Kiwame forms do as well. I don't know for certain if there's anyone that doesn't have one.
Car does not.
Yes.
Car does
Okay.
not right now. I know that much.
Some of them don't, but not as many as last year's.
Kashu and Yasusada do not have them either, but those that do not have the poses, they were given bonus lines to say aside from just the, oh, it's been 4 years, and then da-da-da-da-da. Like,
And there's
they'll
that
have
really
something else to
pretty
say with it.
thingy. Yeah, between their lines, and they also have a really interesting, pan up and observing all the armor pieces, which was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Like, hi, I'm seeing more of your armor now than I usually do. So this is nice. So it's really cool that way, too.
I would not know.
Yeah.
I've just had, or does that have Kiza poses at the front? Also, I've been skipping them because trying to bypass Kebishi sometimes, it gets obnoxious when you keep having Shizuka show up and it shows the entire blade. So I don't know if the 4th anniversary will have ended by then, but for those of you who don't know, when you get in the game, the screen where it has like the little pink enter button up at the top, there is a checkbox. If you hit that, it will skip the Kiza pose. So you're not having to constantly do that. But if you like seeing your swords and greeting you, that is up to you. But if you're someone like me who wants to just run away from the Kebishi and restart the game again, it gets a little obnoxious. Yeah.
Or if you're still dealing with the angry cone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Angry
Yeah.
what?
Like if the angry cone. So when Konosuke just sorry, something happened. We have to restart the game. Go back to the beginning.
Yes. Angry Con.
Yeah.
That too. Or your game just restarts itself after you not play the game for a while on your phone. So
yeah,
that happens.
So that little nifty little skip button is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As much as I love seeing Yama, he can stop now.
But we mentioned before there was a new background. I'm trying to remember what the background looks like. I think it's just like a normal background with a cute banner or something, if I recall.
Oh, for the 4th anniversary?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it's got a celebratory banner at the top, but it's the standard overlook of the garden.
And speaking of all those campaigns, past campaigns that we did get was the EXP campaign, which you got ×2 on normal maps and ×5 on Kebishi nodes. I completely forgot that was a thing, and I cry profusely looking at Shizuka, who just hit Toku, and he needs to be higher because he keeps getting poked, and that's not fun. So I'm doing it the slow and hard way now. There was a drop rate up campaign, so swords that dropped on rarer swords that dropped on boss nodes for maps had a times. I think their drop rate was doubled from its normal one.
Yeah. I screamed because I forgot that one.
For things like Mikazuki on 5-4, still isn't that high of a drop rate, but it's higher than normal. We just got out of the 0 resources for repairs campaign, and I'm sobbing because Shizuka just got poked. A lot. Just now. And that was a lot of resources wasted trying to fix him. We are currently in the... What?
Never mind. What? Sorry, continue.
Okay. We're currently in the middle of the internal affairs, the +1 internal affairs campaign, which is one of my favorites. It's subtle, but it's one of my favorites. You're guaranteed to increase your stat in internal affairs. So you can increase that HP and that so useful scouting ability for those swords that you're struggling with because it's the only way that you're going to be able to do it. Yeah. And
Those long boys.
Yeah, those long boys. And those eventually coming up soon. We're gonna have the troops created campaign, which means you are guaranteed gold troops. Hooray for Sarah! She can get all those gold troops that she's not getting.
Something besides cavalry, please, please, please. That's the only thing I can smith. If y'all haven't noticed, smithing anything doesn't work for me. So I'm just sitting over here with either dull, dead troops, which is lovely to see. Love the black orbs of death and destruction. Green nothings, or gold cavalry. Do you know how much cavalry I have? 20. Only reason I still have them is because I need troops. I die, I cry, please help. 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 Yes.
If I may, for those of you who don't play with your sound on, but have high Rambu level swords as your attendant, please go smith some troops but you have to smith them individually because if they fail, they have a line, and it's really cute to hear them just go, "Aww."
Adorable.
But some of them, one of them, I forget who it was, he's just like, "That's it. I quit. I give up."
This is kind of like a Nika thing, to be honest. Like, just mopes in a corner.
It could have been. I forget who it was, but it was beautiful. Like, please go smith some troops because they have some really cute. Like, just hearing them is really cute.
Oh, but speaking of turning your audio on, if you have the new background and you turn your phone on, Jessie told me about this. If you want to explain this, Jessie.
Sure. So I was sitting here with Touken up as me and my sister were watching a movie, and all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock at night, okay? And all of a sudden there's just this bird, like this really simple bird call, and I'm really confused until I'm looking at my phone and it does it again. So there's really pretty bird song with the spring background. It's just really cute and simple. So it's a nice little addition.
Speaking of birdsong, kind of, and oogly, the Touken Ranbu movie released, and with it we got a really, really, really nice gift of all of the swords from the movie being gifted to us. I know the date for collecting those got extended. I don't know if they'll still be extended by the time we release the podcast, but make sure you collect them because you get a Mikazuki, a Honebami, a Yagin, a Nugui Sumaru, a Yamambagiri, a Hasabe, a Fudo, and a Nihongo.
Yep.
4 rarish-ish swords. Mika, Ugui, Fudo, and Nihongo. Yeah. Grab those boys if you don't have them. I knew so many people on the Touken Ranbu wiki Discord being like, I finally got my first Nihongo because he is a pain in the buttockus and doesn't like to come home on 6-4. That was a struggle.
Yeah. I know that struggle too. I remember that hell.
So go get them. Go
get your boys. Get your boys.
Or use them to Ranbu level them if you don't, because that's also a struggle to try and get them again, which is a nice gift. Instead of, I know one time we had like a gift, like when they announced it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like one day you get Mika, one day you get Honebami. No, they was just like, here, have all of these swords. So make sure they don't sit in your little extra
in your mailbox.
Your mailbox. Please don't let them sit in your mailbox and expire. That'll be sad. Just clean out your other swords. So we mentioned this last month, but we finally are moving away from Era 7, and we finally got our first map in Era 8, which is the memory of Aonogahara, which is the whole era, but the map is, oh my gosh, Ami the Gamine?
Aonogahara.
Thank you, Jesse. And with it was a new mission, which pretty much was just hit the boss node, which will take you a while. It does not like to hit the boss node. There's a bunch of new cute little recollections, some not involving the map, and then some involving the map. But thankfully, for right now, they're kind of like the Era 7 ones, but you don't have to hit the boss node. You only have to get, like, midway for some of them to hit, which isn't as difficult. But it involves...
If you're having a really hard time getting to the boss node, make sure that you've got swords on there that can handle long-distance troops. That's one of the things that Konosuke mentions as you go into the map the first time is, hey, this map's got a lot of long-distance things happening. Make sure you've got boys that can handle that. So, like, for me, I had 2 Kiwame Uchis and then Tontos.
Mhm.
And I think I had a Tachi. Yeah, that will really help things if you have those to take care of them.
That boss
You
node,
still will probably end up with one in the red by the end.
Yeah.
But
I will
what
end
else
up
is there?
with my level 65 Kiwame Tonto in the orange by the boss node. The boss node's not nice, but it's better than 7-4. I will say that. Era 8-1 is way better than
Agreed.
7-3 and 7-4.
I will agree 100% on that, honestly. I was
Mhm.
not expecting that when I first logged on. I was like, oh, huh? What?
Well, it's
Yeah.
not nighttime, that's for sure.
Praise.
That helps.
Can we also talk about who the recollections are for?
Yes!
Because Honebami has recollections.
With Shizuka. And it's so cute!
And Donutanu, Donanuki, and
And
Otagine.
Otagine. Okay,
I'm so happy for these boys, but I need to level Otagine and Danu.
Yeah, go do that. Danu is Kiwame, so he was fine. Otagine was 99, so he was good. But Otagine has the most adorable recollection in 8-1 with Shizuka. For those of you who don't know, because I don't think we covered much of their history.
Adorable?
It's kind of adorable. No, like, seriously, I love Otagine because of it. Because Shizuka's like, humph, it's a Yari. I don't want to be here. Because he doesn't like Yari, because Yari kind of took over in battle strategy. Because Naginata were no longer useful, because horseback battles were kind of going out of fashion, and Yari were a lot more useful in close quarters and in urban fighting. So Otegine's like, I don't see what your problem is. We're all just swords. And he's so chill about it. Like, Otegine, I love you. Look at you. You're not letting this man get to you. It kind of reminds me of Chogi and Kiwame Mamba. Their little conversation of just like, I don't know why you're so upset. But Otegine is like, nah, I don't know why you hate me, but I'm cool. Gine, I just want to hug you. Like, can I please? But that's why I think it's adorable, because of just Gine just being precious and innocent.
No.
Like, no, you're good. I don't hate you. I have nothing against you.
Yari,
Shizuka's nicknames.
Tontos and Wakizashis were often made from Naginatas, so they're cool. But Yaris, there's no way a Yari could come from a Naginata, so what's the point in talking to you? He says as he's talking to the Yari.
Yeah.
The special. I don't know. He's cute though. They're both special. I love Gine. He needs more love.
I think this gave him and Danu a little more love, because they had an interesting conversation about it. Was like useless swords, the recollection part 2. It's like, they're still useless, but it doesn't matter. We're friends. Ding. You guys are great. They're like, yeah, whatever, we're useless swords. We're just used for battle. No one really cares.
They're just
And then
chilling around.
Shizuka's little recollection before with Honibami and the nicknames. Or who's the nickname thing was with? Oh gosh, there was something to do with nicknames.
Like, wasn't that? Are you thinking of Yama's recollections? Because
Yama's.
he calls Mamba Nisemono-kun,
No, there
Mr.
was.
Fake, and then he calls it Nansen Ichimonji Cat Killer Nekogoroshi-kun.
Oh no, it was Otegine and Honebami. Otegine is like, I heard you received a nickname from Doranuki, and Honebami's like, why do you know that? Otegine, strange bedfellows and all that. Honebami, is he giving out nicknames? Otegine, apparently. Bami, so what about you? Otegine, break's almost over, let's go! And Bami's like, don't you think that's unfair? Otegine, it's what's, is that what this is about? In the recollection right before, he called him, he just called him Bami, because he's like, would you rather me just call you Hone, which means bones? And Bami calls him Tanuki, which is... So they had like, that was... So we had like 2 little recollections about nicknames, and I'm like, this is adorable. Bami's like...
My Jonin heart is soaring, just to let you know.
Yeah, no, he calls him
Perfect.
Tanuki, because for those of you who are newer to the, to Touken Ranbu and to the game, Danuki, his name used to originally be translated as Do Tanuki, like the adorable little
Raccoon dog
thing. And then they found out, no, it's Danuki, not Tanuki. There's 10 tens over the ta. But fans just call him Tanuki. And it stuck. And so I think that's their way of being a little meta with the recollection. I'm like, that's so cute. Adorable.
And for those
Bami
of you
being
who haven't
adorable.
seen Joden yet, which is the 3rd stage play, Honebami and Doranuki are both in it, and Doranuki straight up calls him Bami like the majority of the time. He's like, Bami! And then in the backstage for it, they have this brief interaction where they're like introducing each other in character. And it's the most precious thing, because Doranuki, who I call Danu,
Because
is
Buchan.
Yeah.
Because of Buchan, because of Yamabushi. But Danu is like, here, this is Honebami, or Bami. He says he doesn't have many memories. And Honebami just nods. And it's just really cute. Like, they are now one of my top canon, like, friendship things. They're beautiful.
You can just say it.
What?
Anyways.
They do not belong together, if that's
I know
what you're
that.
saying.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Your shipping chart is longer than mine, and I thought I was a crazy multi-shipper, but...
The list has been updated, by the way.
Oh my gosh! For the implementation of this new era, the Uchigatana's Kiwame skill cover got changed a little bit. The sword who covers will actually take no damage now. So they used to take, like, I think, what was it, like a little bit of HP damage?
Yeah.
Now they take nothing. I think it was like 1 or like no more than a 5, but they take no damage now, which is kind of nice. A little less useful, but eh.
I will happily take it, because that means my squishy is less squishy again.
This is true.
Anything is nice.
Yep, especially in light of 8-1, so.
Yes, especially in light of 8-1. We are currently in the middle of the Setsubun event going on. I know I'm really not playing it, because I got the background out of it last year. Completely forgot that, hey, you can get a letter set out of this. And I'm like, do I need another one? I'm good. So I'm sitting Setsubun out. What about you guys?
I have barely been even opening the game the past couple weeks. Like, I've been doing things here and there for it, but not for the event. I kind of regret that a little bit though, because it would be nice to get more beans to hear more of the newer boys that I have do the Setsubun lines. Because for those of you who don't know, when you do get that Setsubun background, there's a little plaque up in the right hand corner, and you can click it or tap it, and you have your swords, your secretary, do the Setsubun thing where they throw beans out the door saying "Oni wa soto, fuku wa uchi," which is ogre or demon get out, good luck come in. But the lines that they say change depending on the sword.
Have
I'm
2
I'm
lines
very,
too.
very yeah, there are some new lines for them. All of the swords have it currently, so that's good. But like, I made Daihanya do it just because I didn't have him last year, or I didn't make him do it last year. He doesn't say the line. He just goes "Hut!" Like, and he just makes this grunt as he throws it. And then his line afterwards is like, "That's a lot harder than it should be. It was a lot harder than I expected."
That's cute.
No.
It's so stinking cute because they all have 2 different lines, and it's random which one you get. So I was like, "What's his other line?" And it's just a deeper grunt, like he's trying so hard.
Nyan Nyan. Oh my
It's
god.
so beautiful. So if you are playing the event, if you did get the background, please go listen to them. Like, I will always say, listen to your voice. Go do it.
For the background, it doesn't have to just be during the event. You can just change the background in like the middle of the summer and start chucking
Yeah.
beads out the window. So
Yeah. But you
as
can
long
only
as you
get
just
the
have the
beans from
background
this event.
Yep.
attached, you can throw beads as long as you want. So if you actually hoard like a ton of beads, you can hear as soon as, oh gosh, say like Chiyo Ganemaru, as soon as he comes in the game, you can change the background, chuck some beads, and be like, what is he saying? Oh, that's cute. And it's not even Setsubun. Just
Actually, though, on that, you have to have had the sword in your
oh,
game.
did you?
Yeah, because I tried to do it with Koryu last year after I got him late February, right? But it was after the Setsubun had happened, and he wouldn't do the interaction.
Hmm.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse, for that. But if you want to with a sword that you currently have, and you're like, I just feel like hearing them say cute lines, then you can just
Yeah.
you can do it during the middle of the summer if you want. But
Yeah, because those beans never expire. I say
Mhm.
with over 1,200 still sitting from last year.
Yep.
Which is why I'm not doing the event because I have the background. I still have plenty of ungodly beans just sitting, chilling in the cellar. I'm
Oh.
good.
I'm trying to remember how long this event has been going on.
It got
Next week.
will end.
Next Tuesday is when it's going to end. Correct? Yes. It's a 2-week event. So next Tuesday, make sure that if you have leftover bean thrower troops, dismantle them because they will disappear. And I lost all of them because like last year, which was really, really, really nice, the Setsubun event was going on at the same time as the Gold Troop campaign because of the anniversary. So I was getting so many gold bean troops. I had like copious amounts of them. And as soon as the event ended, I completely forgot, and they were all gone from my inventory. I had wasted so many resources on these stupid things. So make sure that this year, last day, as soon as you're done with the event, just dismantle them. Please do. At least get something out of your troops. You're only going to get like a couple of resources per troop, but it's better than just not getting anything from them. I sobbed a little inside when I saw that. I was like, no, no. I had like 15 gold bean throwers because all of a sudden I went to put my my team 1 out and they had no troops, and that's when I knew they'd gone, they'd disappeared. Like heartbroken. But make sure you do that this year. Speaking of backgrounds and your front screen, you now can actually you have to be on the main page. You can switch out and have your sword attendant switch between their battle and their internal affairs outfit. So you can actually make it look like your characters in Hanamaru, and they're wandering around the Citadel in their internal affairs outfit, which is super cute.
Which is beautiful. And a screen falls down. Like, I'm just gonna change right here real quick.
Yup.
Yep.
This dramatic thing. I just thought it was just gonna change, just like boop. No, they have to go through the whole screen and then it comes back up and there they are. Your attendant or your secretary is injured, they will default back to their battle outfit if they're in the orange.
No.
Yes. Yagen hit orange and he was down on the ground in Kiwame armor and I was like, oh no! Let's rush you back. And then when I went back, he was in his little doctor's outfit with his glasses. And I'm like, look how cute you are. But Shizuka's in front now. His clawed hand.
Which, fun fact, if you get him injured and you have the Setsuba in background, you can't tap the plaque through him. That was a fun realization. He's too big. Yeah.
Oh my god, he does get really fluffy and big. He's like up on his... He's like floating, and you're sitting down. It's like, how are you doing that? Are you pole dancing?
He is.
It's gorgeous. It's really fun. And Yamambagiri Chogi looks fantastic with his Setsubun background and his internal affairs because he's got that gold stripe on his tracksuit.
Oh, he does.
It just glows. It's beautiful. But his battle gear looks really good with this one. But then we have ones like Souza who look fantastic with the battle gear or the internal affairs with the spring one.
And then we have also the fun of certain wakizashi that shouldn't be in their internal outfits in the pink background because they look very small and very lanky and extra noodle-like, which was a fun realization several of us had recently.
And he's just there to clean the veranda.
Yeah.
Sayo looks adorable with his little persimmon. Look at you. Most of them are the Tontos because they kept switching them out. But one of the best is Gokotai. Because he's there hugging that tiger. It's so pretty.
Oh.
Yep. I remember seeing Kaylin post something in our little chat, and then I changed him out. I was like, oh, look at him. I just want to hold him. His tiger's beautiful. But
no.
So that's kind of it for most of the main events that happened this month. Is there anything else that you guys did that wasn't in the event? I know I somehow got a duplicate Kenshin, and I'm happy. I'm currently trying to get all of those other Tontos to max Ranbu level, so that's going to be a fun experience.
I'm currently doing the 3 daily smiths, or I'm just smithing Tontos, just saving resources.
Same.
But speaking of new swords, though, I did get this past month Hyuga Masamune and Odenta Mitsuyo. There are only 2 swords in the game that I am now missing, and those are Buzengo and Nenekirimaru. And I'm most bitter about Buzengo, but that's a story for another day.
Well, we're happy that you got both Hyuga and Odenta, because last time you were like, one better come, because I'll use the seals on the other. Did you have to use the seals on Odenta? Was that it?
Yeah, I got the seals on Odenta, or used the seals for Odenta, and I got Hyuga by smithing in that mini event campaign, whichever. But then Kiwabe swords, I actually got several boys to 99, and I got to send them out. So who do we have now? Urashima is now Kiwame.
Good.
Hakata and Hirano.
Good
They all went and came back.
Hirano is one of my favorite Kiwame Tontos. I love his outfit and how just someone hated all of the Tontos having hats. I was like, excuse me, his little hat is precious, and I love the the subtlety of the burnt orange in his outfit. He looks like a little general, and it's and he hits hard.
Hirano. I like Hirano because he looks like a combination of his Kobe's parents, basically.
Yeah.
Like, he's got that Kobe armor, that sleeve armor, that's just like, oh look, I belong to you after all. Self-proclaimed child.
He adopted them. They have no choice.
Much like Hugo and his parents.
That's a topic for another day.
Just saying.
True.
What else did I do? Map. So I completed 812. I don't need to keep going with that one until I get the boys to a high enough level, because I do have coding, as most people know, I believe. I have been running 4-2 and 4-4 to level up my lowest level swords, which are now the lowest boys I have are in the mid to high 30s, and they're being babysat by lower level Kiwames, so that works. Other than that, I have stuff to talk about in the live stuff, so that's my month in Touken Ranbu.
Well, for me, I've pretty much just been chilling on the game, doing the daily quests to build up resources because smithing campaign that will be coming in the future. Yeah, so that's been the big thing. But good news is it is like 7 days until my 2nd year Sanwa anniversary, so that's been fun watching and playing.
Yay!
Especially with the little plaques and then the internal affairs outfits. So that's been my highlights. Haven't seen any new boys out. I did 8-1. I occasionally poke 8-1, and then I cry because I lose resources that I just got because I have to repair boys. That's the game for me right now. Just sadness.
Yeah. I heavy sheet 8-1. Only map I haven't heavy sheet is 7-4. For those of you who are worried about 8-1 and didn't like Era 7, don't worry. It's probably closer to 7-1 in difficulty. Like, it's like a weird 7-1, 7-2 thing. Because 7-3 would probably be easier if you could throw all your Tonto Kiwames at it, but you dead end every single time. That's why I don't like it. We just don't talk about 7-4, but 8-1 is not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh no, this is going to be death, this is going to be evil. I'm not going to be able to make. I am actually not doing half bad if the map would let me go to the boss node. It doesn't like letting you go to the boss node very often, so.
Nope.
Warning about that. I haven't really done much since then. I'm trying to level up Shizuka, Buzen, Nene, and Chogi still needs to get higher. Those are my only 4 that are not 99.
Chogi's at 54 now, or 53, and he's very happy.
It's like 66. So mine's not much higher than yours, but
he's sitting with Azuki and Shizuka and Buzen and Ninikimaru in the please level us unit. They're working on it. They're trying, man. They're trying.
They're being babysat by Sada and Fudo Kiwames, and because Shizuka can't hit squat, Nene can though, and I'm very happy. He's finally hitting the level of I'm gonna start stealing MVP, and I'm like, good boy. Shizuka, please do the same. Speaking of new swords, we just have one update because they haven't gotten any monthly updates after this. I don't think we know what we're getting after Setsubun, to be honest. But we will be having a new sword smithing event, and they just announced and released the silhouette for the sword. And I think the voice.
Yeah, they had a
Yes, the
teaser
voice.
with it too.
Which has people screaming and speculating and possible identity and identifying WoW words already.
And we don't even have the little zoom in of like their crest, because we're gonna get that probably soon. We're gonna get the zoom in of their crest or whatever it is, and like something around it that's kind of going to give away like possibly what at least the school, the sword. And he has a weird dog, cat, fox thing, but we know they confirmed it's not a fox.
Like in the stream for WonderFest, which is where they announced it, that we had yesterday, which we'll be getting to shortly. The commentary that was going on was like Konchan, which is like Kon, like a fox, right? So they're like Kon-chan, they're like, it's not a fox. Kon-chan de wa nai, not a fox. It's just like, so what are you? You look like a fox.
The
So
fox
it also looks like a chihuahua, but it also looks like a cat. And I'm just confused. And I need him, but I'm just also kind of bitter. But that's another topic.
Lord.
Why are you bitter?
Can't talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember why you're bitter. Message me why you're bitter, and I was confused, and then I remembered again. So, speaking of WonderFest, since I think we covered everything to do with the game, so we're gonna move into real life stuff with Touken Ranbu, like merchandising and WonderFest. Good lord, WonderFest gave us so many things with Good Smile. Like Good Smile just was like, here, have everything. Before we get into the most recently released things, the Sengo Muramasa Nindroid is up for pre-order. So you can find that on Good Smile's website. You can find that on Ami Ami, and I'm certain you can also get that on Animate as well. So any of the stores, and I think you can also order it through Amazon, but I don't know. Looking at prices, comparing between Amazon, going straight through Good Smile or through Ami Ami, Amazon will be usually a little higher. And you can actually get pretty decent shipping through Good Smile and Ami Ami. But Good Smile, you'll get a pre-order bonus of a little cute Sengo rubber strap that is only through going through Good Smile's website. So if you want that, go order that. But all right, bear with me. We got a lot of figures to go through. Thank you, WonderFest, again for just dropping the bomb on Touken Ranbu goods. So Jesse will be happy about this one, and then sob profusely. We're getting. They gave us the final look of the Yamabagiri Kunihiro scale figure.
So beautiful.
He is. Good boy. Good boy getting a scale figure. Don't know. Just FYI, I don't know when pre-orders will go out for many of these just yet. We'll let you know because I get updated more on that because I peruse the internet for figures. We also have the Okanihiro scale figure as well. The Genji brothers have their little Nindroid dolls. The Ishikiri Maru Nindroid was actually finished, so we actually have a finished prototype that they released. He's adorable looking.
He looks so precious, and I'm dying because I want him. So cute. Yeah, sad, pitiful, whining screams from Sarah over here because he's such a good baby.
What did people
He
compare
looks
him
like
to?
a hamster.
Hamster,
A
yes.
hamster. I want to pinch his cheeks.
Go back and look because I'm like, how does he look like a hamster?
It's in the face. It's his head. It's his head. His cute
Yeah,
little smile.
he does. We have prototypes for the Iguisu Maru scale figure, and she's just beautiful. The Hachisuka Kotetsu Nindroid and the Mutsuno Kami Yoshiyuki Nindroid. So we have all the prototypes of that. So just like the scale, the gray version, what they look like. We don't have the
Was
coloring
it a
yet.
Hachi Nendo or a Hachi figure?
Yeah, it's a Hachi Nendo. It's the Hachi Nendo. Unless they also had the Hachi scale figure, because I think he had
I
both.
think
Maybe.
there's also a scale figure too, because I remember
missed that
seeing
one.
it because I was impressed by the
Trying to
the
go
detail
back
already.
and look at everything that is on Orange Rouge or Good Smiles Twitter is very difficult because you're having to scroll through not just Touken Ranbu, but everything else that they make.
I only was able to retweet one thing yesterday before I had to leave. And I was so mad because all of a sudden there were like 10 notifications.
Oof.
And yeah, I remember clicking on Hachi, but
Okay, so I
it was
remember
one of the earlier ones.
we mentioned Hachisuka was getting a scale figure. I didn't see a prototype yet. But we have the
Okay.
Nindroid prototype that I am certain of. And they announced that we're getting a Daihanya Nagamitsu Nindroid and a Yamabagiri Chogi Nindroid as well, which I know Jesse is very happy about.
I want them both. I want my Osafune boys.
We got new Nindroid announcements. Hooray for that. I love seeing more Nindroids, they're great. That is kind of it when it comes to the figures. There was a ton of other cute little OneFest stuff, like the little huggable plushy things that their arms open up and they're so cute.
They look so precious and so soft and cuddly, and the want right now is very high.
To be honest, Buchan's eyes look a little terrifying. Very red.
You're not wrong. Firefly Child just looks kind of like, hi, I'm bright.
He's like, hello. Eyes. Sayo's precious. I just want to pick Sayo up and hug him.
Yeah.
Sayo needs
Sayo.
all the hugs.
I want to also hug the Michin because he looks precious and adorable, and like he's pleading for cuddles too.
You and I.
Hi. He's the one Asafune I got. Give me a let me cuddle my baby, okay?
You can cuddle him as long as you don't give him more reasons to need to be cuddled.
He's got enough reasons. Fine.
That's kind of it for my little section. So we're going to be moving into mini behind the blade section since Sarah Small is not here. We won't be doing behind the blade section. We'll hopefully get her back to do that for the next couple of months. And then I'll have Jesse cover that and the live action. I'll hand it over to Jesse and Sarah, and I'll just make comments accordingly. Because this is not my expertise. Or my brain.
No shame. We all have our different parts of it where we spend more time behind the blade. So we had talked about last month that there would be 2 new events happening, exhibitions and whatnot, like the stamp rally, the Yuin Roku stamp rally featuring the rapid Shokurai Mitsutada, which is fantastic in its name. But so that's currently going on, along with the exhibition at the Sano Art Museum in Mishima for blades that were damaged by fire. Furo Yukimitsu, Honebami Toshiro, and Soza Samonji, along with many other beautiful blades. So if you are in the country and you feel like venturing out there, I would go, but it is a bit far away from my current place in Okayama, and I don't have the funds to do that. They're all beautiful, and please go spread your love, and I'll keep my eyes out for more exhibitions as they get announced and collaborations and such. But as I said, I am in Okayama, and one thing that I have learned since my coming here is that I am in the birthplace of so many fantastic swords and sword schools, featuring our lovely Osafune boys. There is a very small town called Osafune, which is seated right next to the small town of Bizen. Hence, we have the Bizen Osafune Sword School. And I got to visit yesterday the Osafune Touken Village, which is a sword museum. Got to walk through, and they talked about the entire process of swords, how they're smithed, how the process goes from the lumps of metal to the finished piece, including the inscriptions on the tang, the sharpening of the blade, the creation of the handles itself, the hand guard portion too, and they even had a small version of Date Masamune's armor as Shokurai Kiri Mitsutada's former master, as Shokurai Kiri was his beloved sword. Oh, it was just fantastic and beautiful. And while none of the Touken Ranbu boys were featured at this museum, there are so many beautiful works, including spears and naginatas even, and tantos and wakizashis and katanas, which are like combination tachis and uchigatanas. And it's really interesting to see the different sizes and how some wakizashis are smaller than tantos and how some of the tantos are nice and long. But it was also just fascinating because they had English pamphlets and it included an illustrious swordsmith lineage of Bizen, Bichu, and Mimasaka, which are the three prominent areas in the Okayama region, featuring the Kobizen School, the Ichimonji School, the Osafune School, which has Chogi. The Aoi School is also from this area. So we've got lovely Nikari and Juzumaru being from this area too. And we have the Hosokawa School, which I thought was really interesting. All being from this one area, and it's like history-wise, there may not have been a lot of famous battles or warlords from this area specifically, but so many of these swords were born here, and you can really feel that in the nature around it. So if you ever come to Japan and you're ever wondering, where should I go that's off the beaten track? Come to Okayama. It's really cool. Yeah, so that's my little bit for Behind the Blaze this time. Has not much on any individual sword, but on sword schools in general. It's just a really neat thing. I did get to watch a mini show. They forged or did part of a forging process for the sword as an open thing to visitors. And it was really cool to see, and it takes so long for it to happen. It's insane. It was just very, very interesting. Leads us into the live action portion where we have quite a bit of information as well. Nothing really new on the musical front, but I will just go ahead and reiterate that the Mihotose rerun is happening now. Today they will finish their run in Osaka before they move into Kyoto next week or at the end of the week for their runs there. And then they've got runs through March as well. So those boys are having a grand old time.
Boy, are they. And all their visitors are making hearts very happy. Very, very happy because so many boys are coming to say hi and play with them.
Who's coming to say hi, Sarah? Who do we know?
So far, at the very least, we've had Mutsuno Kami's actor, pretty much all of the Musubi boys, because we've had Hachisuka's actor, Kane-san's actor, Torigoe, who is wow. Thank you. I was going to say Blue Kitten, and I was like, that's not going to help anyone. Yes.
Yeah.
And we've also had a few other like surprise visitors for the boys, because ironically, the new actor for Aonogahara is actually friends with the actor of O Kanehira. So the giant puppy came and visited Nona's show. He came and visited recently as well. So they were very excited for his presence. So there have been lots of fun little surprise visits. Even the Minamoto boys came. They had the actor of Minamoto no Yoshitsune and Yasuhira, the screamy one.
I saw that. That was so cute.
Yep, so they were so happy. Yes, just good boys. So many good boys. They love each other and support each other so much. It's adorable. And then you find out little friendships that you're just like, I am terrified by this pairing. How do they let you out of the house? Okay, have fun.
On that note, though, the voice actor, or no, it was the artist? The artist for Nikari Aoi actually went within the first week or two of its performances and took a beautifully drawn, specially drawn Nika and gave it to Araki, who is the actor for Nikari. And he's like, just congratulations on the musical performance again. And thank you. And it was so beautiful. That was really cool to see too.
Heart melting adorableness. And because it's one of those things where they're so happy when that happens. And to see, because Araki is known for always having like a very cluttered desk. But he was just like practically cuddling that picture. He was like, I'm so happy.
For the artist, it's a huge honor to see their creation just on stage, I think. They love these boys so much. They love this series as well, kind of very similarly to how the stage and musical actors will play the game. I'm pretty certain the artists also play the game, because how else would you get involved in something like this and be able to make such beautiful art of their character to fit?
So it's just really cool to see that. We've also got Kashu Kiyomitsu solo performance coming up in April. The Genji Cyclone Summer 2019 coming in July. So those are still out there. Keep your eyes on that. DVDs going on sale soon. We've got Kashu's performance from 2018 going on sale next month. So I believe that's still on pre-order. Atsukashiyama Ibun is definitely on sale. And I don't know if we have a date for when Touken Ranbu comes out yet.
That'll be a while.
Yeah, it'll probably be a while for that one. But
Yeah,
we did have a DVD Blu-ray release event. It just happened for Hiden. So our lovely good boy show, Okanehira, will be gearing up for that. I don't think he was in this first round. They have 2 different sets for this release event with different actors in each. And if you've seen Hiden, you know why my heart hurts, because Maki and Mamba's actor and Mika's actor were not in the same event. But they had that happen just the last week. There was a wonderful announcement that happened at the very end of that, and we have our first round of actors available for the 5th Touken stage play.
The first round.
The first round, yes. But there will be more announced coming up soon. But we have our major players that we know of. Actors. Characters. We have character and actor-wise. So we have Yamamagiri Kunihiro, which is being reprised by Aramaki Yoshihiko. Maki needs a nap, and I love him, and I'm glad he's still back, but he has been in every single Touken stage and movie performance to date.
Ensemble stars as well in the interim. Like, this boy hasn't stopped.
He hasn't. No. I really hope he gets his naps. We have Heshikiri Hasebe being reprised by Wada Masanari. That'll be really cool to see him back as well. He is in his Kiwame form in the visual. It's fantastic. And then we have Tsurumaru Kuninaga with Kento coming back for that.
Yay!
Best Tsurumaru. Best Tsurumaru. Yeah.
We have Ugui Sumaru, who we have Mai Yama Takehisa or Mai-chan back for that, which I'm really happy for, but also intrigued for movie actor reasons.
Is that the movie Ugui?
That was a different one.
It's the stage Ugui.
Oh,
so
that's
it's really
interesting.
cool that they brought him back, but they brought him back instead of going with the new actor that they had in the movie.
Maybe he was doing something.
Tomoki.
Yeah, because Tomoki is often. He's also like both of these 2 actors they have for Ugui are very actually like they're in a lot, and they've, for instance, the actor who does Ugui Sumaru for the movie. Let me preface this with the fact that he knows the guy who plays Kazuki Munechika for over 10 years. Like, these people aren't just like simple babies in the stage world. They've been in the stage world for so long. They actually do movies quite often. So I'm pretty sure that's one of the big things they had to worry about is trying to get an Ugui Sumaru that wasn't in the middle of something else at the same time.
Oh, like Mai-chan could have had like, oh, sorry, I have something else going on this time, or I don't do movies.
Yeah.
That could have also been a thing. I know a lot of people are like, I'm just stage. Movies aren't my thing. So, well, I'm happy he's back. He did great as Ugui.
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
I was a little sad when they changed him for the movie. I was like, but, oh, he's back! Yay!
We'll get to movie Ugui in a minute, but it's really great that we have Mai-chan also because we have Okanehira coming back as well, also played by Kato Sho. So the 2 of them are very excited to be back together as well, and that's really exciting. We also have Daihanya Nagamitsu coming back with Kawakami Shota as his actor. We have Sohaya no Tsurugi, played by Iyama Yuta, Hakata Toshiro, played by Kizu Tsubasa, and Yamabushi Kunihiro, played by Yokoyama Masafumi, Doronuki Masakuni, played by Takeshi Naoki, and all of these actors, all of them are reprise actors. Like, we don't have a single new actor announced just yet. So I'm very excited. And all of these boys in the stage plays, they were kind of looked over quite a bit, overshadowed by various other happenings. So
Mika.
to have them, yeah. Like, if you notice, we also don't have a Mika announced.
Which is a little sad, but at
It
the same
is.
time, I'm kinda happy.
Yeah,
It
I'm really
makes
glad too.
sense
There's also
based off
not,
Hiden.
yeah, yeah. There's also a distinct lack of Shokudaikiri. And when we get to our Hiden review, which will happen sometime in the future,
Sometime.
we will,
Yeah.
hopefully, if you haven't seen it yet, you will understand why we're all at some of these things.
What is a heart? We don't need these anymore. We signed them away when we got into Touken. Thank you, Marissa.
Essentially, yeah. I don't know what happened to me. I blame you for everything.
Thanks.
We do it with love. This
With
enabler.
love.
I did enable, and then I also was the one who handed you the musicals and the stages. Back
You
when
did. You spoon fed me all of this, and then just left me to
Yep.
Okay, to be fair, at the stage when I first got into it, really, I think only actually had Honoji.
It did.
Akatsuki had come out, or was airing, but there was no DVD release. I couldn't find it or anything. So Honoji was the only one. So you guys ran with the stages more than I did. And when musicals came out, Bakuten, it was only up to Bakuten. So we were still kind of new with all of this, if you think about it. We were with everyone learning.
But then, speaking of running with it, I have also done my part to drag others along with me. And in the past 3 months, I have made my 2 coworkers sit down and watch Honoji and Akatsuki. We have watched the 2 stage plays, and one of them has claimed Soza as her child.
Hallelujah.
We also gave them all brand new nicknames. So Soza is Pinky Dinky Doo. Or just Pinky, but it works. Mamba makes sense. He's just called Sun-kun every now and then. And then we have Moon-kun, Mika. And honestly, I was really surprised because my coworker instantly claimed Mika. He's like, I like this character. He's a bit weird, but I like him. And then he just looks at me and he goes, he's gonna die.
Wait, he called it Honoji?
He called it Honoji, and I'm just over here okay, well, I'm just gonna need you to watch these before you leave Japan. So, pick a day, and we'll go from there. It was beautiful. And so then we make it to Akatsuki, and things happen, and he's just giving me this side-eyed look the entire time. Something's gonna happen. I know it. But then the armor comes out, right? And we have to pause because he's like, I'm so confused. Where did this armor come from?
Relatable.
And I was like, they just talked about it, how any object that's filled with emotion can be turned into a thing. It can be made like the swords. And so he just looks at me and he goes, so this years from the future, someone to take something from our time period. They just have a sentient toaster.
Sentient iPhone. Terrifying.
I feel like this is in Sailor Moon at some point. Let's not.
It's been a riot getting them into this. And he was one of the ones that went with us to the Sword Museum, and he walked away with a Mikatsuki charm, a Tsurumaru charm and Shokudai charm, I think. I think he got the 3. And I'm just like, I can reference these characters and events by nickname to this guy, and he recognizes them, and he will respond back. And I'm just like, I found a person. I found a friend. I'm okay.
Yay!
But then, on that same line, the movie came out last month. All of the things that were leading up to this had me really intrigued to see how they were going to take it. And for anyone curious, it is despite the same actors being in it by and large from the stage play universe, it is a completely different Citadel. The stories are not related. The things that the swords went through in the stages are not related at all to what is going on in the Citadel in the movie. The way they handle things is gorgeous, and I'm screaming at DMM for it to be made available digitally so everybody can have access to this, because I'm dying over here. I have seen it twice now. My sister took me as a Christmas present, and she is furious because she did not want to like this movie, and she wants to go see it again, and she doesn't know how to handle
Ha!
that.
Take that, Cammy.
Yeah. She really, really hates Mikazuki, but she hates most about him is that she likes him a little bit now. Because of the way he acts like an old man. Like, she really likes taking care of the elderly. Like, she used to be a CNA in an elderly care home. And so certain aspects of his character, she's like, he did that so well, and I'm dying, and that's not okay. But honestly, one of my favorite characters from the movie had to be Ugui. And Hirose Tomoki did such a fantastic job, and I have so much respect for this character and how he portrayed this tea-loving, smart Alex, sass-filled, let me slice the throat of my enemies character that just took care of things and got things done. If you've seen the movie, come scream at me, please. I have so many
Because some of us aren't letting her scream and ruin the plot because we're a little stubborn. So
it makes sense, and I'm very proud of you, and be proud of me for not saying anything, because it's been very hard.
And I let Jesse scream to me. I was like, just let me know.
You are brave.
I was like, it's gonna be so long until we actually get a release, because like, unlike the stage and the musicals, the digital versions on DMM go up fairly quickly after the production is done.
Yeah.
Compared to movies. Movies in Japan take forever.
They do.
They really do, because I remember sometimes like movies would be released in Japan, like, and then we wouldn't get them over here in the US until later, because Funimation back then like had a hard time being like, oh, we also have to dub it because we're Funimation, so we have to dub it because we're America, we have a dub version. Recently, they've been really good with, well, this is more with like anime movies. Like, we got the Hero Academia movie within like a week of Japan, which I'm actually really surprised. So I'm like, maybe they'll do that here. Probably not, because it will have to probably finish running in Japan before we get anything. So, because the Sailor Moon musical came out as like a Fathom event thing in the States, and it was that production had finished in Japan like a year plus ago, and we finally had gotten it over here. I'm like, a little odd, but whatever. At least we're getting it, which is nice. But
yeah, but another thing with Touken Ranbu is, at least with Sailor Moon, that's been around in America for decades. Like, that, a lot of people grew up watching Sailor Moon on TV, so they knew that that was a thing that would get a lot of interest. But Touken Ranbu right now seems to be a lot smaller. Like, people don't realize how popular it is. It's really unfortunate in trying to figure out how or when that it will be made, if it will ever make it to America in that way. I don't know that it will in any certain timeline. The second time I saw it was with one of my sweet Japanese friends. She has never seen a musical. She's never seen a stage play for Touken Ranbu, I mean. But she has seen the anime. Going to see this with her was fascinating, trying to like gauge her reactions, and we were talking about it afterwards, and she's like, Yagen was just so cool. Yagen was amazing, and like all of these things as about her favorite characters in it. I was like, okay, but here's the thing. He's also in the stage play and you should watch it sometime. And she's like, I can't do that. I'll get sucked in. I'm like, what's wrong with being sucked in?
Yup.
So, and then she was also like, it's really sad that Yasusada wasn't in this because he's also one of her favorites. I was like, Yasusada's in the second musical. You should watch that too. He's like, stop it. I'm going to get sucked in. And so my work still is yet to go, but I am determined. She will see, and she will like, and she will fall.
Corrupt more.
Corrupt
I
more.
started
She's
with you
already
guys.
halfway there. So
corrupted more. And it's just a spiral down. Because I know the littles have corrupted more, and I'm like, good. Continue the corruption.
I'm also in the process of corrupting one of my friends from back home from university. He's currently in Tokushima on work or for work.
Dama?
And Dama-chan, yeah. And I sent her a clip from Touken Ranbu 2018 because they did a tribute to Aonogahara, which is the festival, the major festival in Tokushima where she currently lives. And she actually got to see Aonogahara last year. She was ecstatic because of the way that they did it. Like, they did both the female and the male style dances, and they did it beautifully, apparently. And it's just so exciting. So she is one more step down into the stairwell.
You. Bring more friends in.
Yeah. It's very exciting in this stage in movie world currently. But oh yeah, with the movie, they've also got this collaboration they're doing with No More Eiga Dorobo, which is say no to movie piracy and to downloading music and things online. Support the official release. If you can, as best you can, support the official release in whatever way that means for you. But the No More Eiga Dorobo things they have in Japan is this standard video, like 30-second clip that they show before movies. And it's got this guy in a black tux with a mask on, but it's not just a mask, like it looks like a video camera for a head. And he's just like dancing through one of the rows in an auditorium, in a movie theater auditorium. Like he's trying to record the screen. In the normal versions, there will be this other character that comes in with a red, like a siren light kind of thing.
Like the police light kind of on the...
That one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just going around in circles, and he like blows a whistle trying to catch him, and they do a little back and forth, and then they catch him. And then there's another bit where they're like sitting at home and just munching on popcorn, and then they'll be like trying to download music from a site, and the siren guy will pop up again and be like, no man, can't do that. But they don't speak, so it's just an audio. But they voiceover, that's the word. It's just a voiceover. But so with Touken, they did it, and they've got, I think, 8 different versions, or at least it looked like they were gonna have 8 different versions, one for each of the swords. But I know they've got at least 2 that have been out. It's just one character sitting there in the auditorium, drinking his drink or munching his snack. And the 2 that I saw were Fudo Yukimitsu, so he's sitting there drinking his sake, his amazake.
Oh.
Yes!
As the camera guy comes out, and he's just like, what? And he's just like pointing at it, but like trying to figure out what to do with his drink. One of the swords comes out with his blade out, like, nah, man, you're done. And he's like trying to fight the camera guy.
Oh my god.
Well, one of the swords does the voiceover part. And then they jump over to where they're at home, right? That second part. And there's one of the HRA that's sitting there on the computer trying to download Honoji. And like, he's trying to download Honoji. And one of the swords, I think it was Heshi in the first one, And Hasebe is just standing there like, you've made your last move, and he goes to strike him down.
Oh god. Pressure cutter in.
And the second one, Hugo Izumaru was sitting there with his cup of tea.
No.
Chill as all get out as the guy comes out with the sword, or with the camera. And then he gets sliced down too. And I'm so mad because I forget who he was cut down by. It switches to the HRA who's still trying to download Honnoji. And Mamba shows up behind him and does a cape swoosh and everything.
They had so much fun with that.
They really did. And it is so fantastic. Like, I really hope those get put on the DVD as bonus features because they are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's still showing at the movie theaters here in Japan. So again, if you're in the country looking for something to do that you haven't done yet, check that out. But make sure you get your tickets early because some theaters only have it 2 times on a Saturday and the first showing will sell out. But it's a lot of fun. And I'm hoping we'll see more from the movie world soon because they did such a fantastic job with it. The quality was so high, and I really hope that they get another chance to do it because it was so well done. The story, the acting, the effects were fantastic. And that's all I should say about the movie.
I will add, though, the little snippets of interviews that people have translated are very life-giving, and luckily are usually not spoiler related because boys were under the little bit of a gag where they couldn't say anything. But the interviews are very hilarious, and apparently they should not be left alone with Uno cards. Just saying. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh, tell us about the one with Nihongo.
Oh, the poor baby. Oh, Lord. So poor Bab, he's not used to the wig, right? He had a very, very bad first day. A very bad first day. Because he had a constant headache from the wig. Because anyone who cosplays knows wigs hurt.
Pressure migraine, like pressure headache from it because it just tight on your head. Pulls your hair in.
That's not the only thing he had to do that first day. So he is a new boy, of course, because he's not the one we had before. So he doesn't know anyone really. So he's awkwardly this new Bab here with a very bad headache who had a no good, very bad day because very first day he's doing a fight scene. And
With
he
the spear.
breaks his spear. This Bab was just so done and constantly, like throughout the entire recording, apparently this was a constant struggle because he'd have to do melee fighting and he can't hit anyone really. So he's dealing with that. But the first day he breaks his spear, but luckily for him, and the most cute part is Wada comes over and pretty much adopts him. The actor for Hasebe adopts Nihongo. He's like, okay, you're going to come play with us now. And so yes,
Good.
they're good boys.
Someone adopted him.
And despite his concerns and his really rocky first day, he did a phenomenal job as Nihongo. Like, I was really interested to see how that would go, and he didn't seem like an awkward actor Bab at all. Like, it went really, really well. Along with the transition for the stage actors to the silver screen, like that, they did phenomenal at keeping how they had adopted these characters to themselves and just portrayed it on screen. As Cami put it, they did everything they could to make this a cinematic version of a stage play, from the costumes for the HRA, which are very much real, like they're not just CGI, and to the way that the actors present themselves. Like, it's such a fantastic transition that deserves all of the love and viewing and appreciation. That about wraps it up for the live action, to be honest.
All right.
Yeah. Lots of birthdays from the boys. That's a thing.
A lot of birthdays too. fell out of January for birthdays.
January and February, the past 2
Yes.
weeks.
It's been at least 4 or 5 birthday babs.
Jeez.
Yep.
That is everything that we have for the month of January. Thank you guys for coming out to listen to us again ramble on about Touken Ranbu. If you want to know more about us and keep up to date when we post podcasts, you can follow us on Twitter at Touken Rambles and on our Facebook at Touken Rambles Podcast. And if you have any questions or any comments that you want to send our way, you can email us at toukenramblespodcast@gmail.com. And like we said before, if you want to join our very small little Discord community that we have going on over here, just send us a message on any of our social media and we'll send you a link to that Discord. You can listen to our podcast. We post mostly on Podbean, and you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and now on Spotify. Correct? Yes, we put that on Spotify and anywhere else that you guys listen to the podcast. Thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.